Well, Donald Trump is in Birch Run right now getting ready for his first appearance as a presidential candidate in our state. He's at a fundraising dinner hosted by the Genesee and Saginaw County Republican parties.
At the same time, Michigan Democrats are calling for state Republicans to join Republican Governor Snyder in denouncing Trump. Leading the charge is Senator David Kniesek, who joins us now live from Lansing. Senator, we heard the governor yesterday saying he has no intention to meet with Trump tonight at the Birch Run Expo Center. Have you gotten any of your support from other Republicans to join him?
You know, we'd certainly like to see a number of other Republicans here in Michigan stand behind their governor in denouncing Donald Trump. I look across the state, we've got a Republican congressional delegation. I'm talking about Congressman Bishop, Congressman Wahlberg, Congressman Benishek up in the Upper Peninsula. Congressman Benishek went back on his pledge to not run for re-election this year simply to advocate for veterans issues. Here's a great opportunity to stand up against a candidate for president that is truly no friend of veterans.
All right, well, the question I asked you
is,
second Senator,
is silence.
The question I did ask you is, have you heard of any Republicans who have agreed to avoid Trump or denounce Trump? Not who you would like to hear.
Not to my knowledge, no. I mean, this is being held in a Republican state Senate district. I haven't heard anything from any Republicans willing to not only denounce, but also not attend tonight's fundraiser.
Well, let's take a listen to what Governor Snyder had to say when he was asked about Trump's recent controversial comments, mainly those against reporter and anchor Megyn Kelly.
He said a number of inappropriate things, and his comments to Megyn Kelly is clearly inappropriate with respect to women. He's made inappropriate comments with respect to Mexicans. He's made inappropriate comments with respect to Senator Kaine. And I think that's something that people should take into account in their decision-making process.
Now, Mr. Kniesek, obviously this puts Republicans in a tough spot. Here's this guy way ahead in the polls. They can't really necessarily afford to distance themselves from him. Plus, I'm wondering, aren't the Democrats, wouldn't you just rather have this Trump guy staying where he is if he's this divisive?
Well, I think it's incredibly dangerous to have an individual like Donald Trump out there in the mainstream trying to pass his politics on to the folks in the rest of this country. We take a look at the situation with Megyn Kelly. I think it's unfortunate that all the attention is being paid solely to the way he treated her, which is certainly incredibly disrespectful. It was sexist, it was wrong, and he should apologize for that. But it takes away from the fact that we have Republican candidates for president right now that want to take women's health care back to the 1950s. They're no friend to women in this country, and we need to be denouncing that every opportunity that we get. Sooner or later, we're going to realize in this country that a majority of the Republican candidates for president, they're not there because they want to actually be president. They're looking for a book deal or they're looking for their next show on Fox News.
So you're saying he should basically just get out now, go away?
I'm saying that Donald Trump, if he wants to be running for president, he should be talking about real issues. This is a gentleman who, as recently as this morning, doesn't even know the difference between Iran and ISIS. And if you need to be the commander-in-chief of this country, if you need to be trying to steer domestic and foreign policy in a positive direction, you need to understand the issues. For me, it's incredibly disheartening when a lowly state senator like myself can more properly articulate these issues than the front runner for President of the United States. I think that reflects very poorly on the institution, and I think that Donald Trump is doing a tremendous disservice not only to the institution but to all Americans.
Senator David Kniesek, we do thank you for joining us today with this.
Thank you so much.